got a big bag of books because I went to a used bookstore. Let's talk about it.
I got cool books on my shelf, pages heavy, corners curled, horror teeth and comic books stacked up in my little world. I turn that page, it stares back, then the Cape Guy saves the day. Yeah, I read it all night with a lamp so low. Got that old school hunger, let it roll, let it go. Life is hardcover, hardcover, baby, life is.
I went to a new used bookstore. The store is new, the books are used. In my city, I was super excited about it. Opened a few months ago. It's called Tudor Rose Books and Gifts. Tudor, as in Tudor, is a English, refers to a Pacific Royal English dynasty. So not Tudor like a teacher who tutors you or Tudor from a horn, but the New English dynasty. Made out really good. I picked up, I think it was like 12 books or something for just under $50. I also got a box set of DVDs. Really awesome store. I mean, I love the setup. I love the aroma of the store. I personally didn't like that there was very limited horror selection. There was not even a horror category, and he actually told me that straight up when I walked in. I started talking with him. He asked me what I like to read. I said horror, and he said, yeah, unfortunately, we have very limited of those. So I was a little disappointed about that, but I would still strongly recommend this place for anybody who is a fan of reading. And in his defense, he relies on books that are donated. So let's go ahead and take a look at what I got. Alright, so the first one I got for you is The Merc by Robert Littrick, maybe? Lettrick. It is a survivor novel about 14-year-old Piper, whose sister is extremely ill. It doesn't exactly specify what she has. And all these books I just bought today, so obviously I haven't read them yet. But she is horribly ill, and Piper is very desperate to save her. She finds out about a mysterious magic flower that exists in the swamp that is able to heal any disease. However, like all of these, magic utensils, there's always something that goes wrong, right? And the urban legend is that if you go in the swamp looking for it, you almost never get out alive. So, super excited to try that one out. Looks really exciting. Up is The Stain, or actually just Stain. This is a intense, fast-paced psychological thriller. It's a young adult fiction, but it is very mature content. It involves SA and kidnapping. There's a sexual predator in it. So strongly parents caution with this one. This is, I would say, 16 and older to read it. But it follows 16-year-old Sarah, who has a birthmark, a defected birthmark on her face, and it causes her a lot of stress and anxiety. She feels very self-conscious about it. She's often bullied by the other classmates and peers. She attempts to get it removed at one point, but unfortunately, just before she can do so and finish the process, her father's business goes out of business, and she doesn't have the money to finish the operations. Sorry, gotta get the thing focusing. She doesn't have the money to finish the operation, so she has to live with this birthmark. And as if it can't get any worse for her, she's walking down the street one day from school and she is kidnapped by a man who actually used to work for her father, who ends up keeping her in captivity and unfortunately tortures her. And that's the book. It's a real life terror right here. There's the author right there. I'm also going to put the name on the screen at the beginning. And next up, I'm excited about this find. This one really stood out to me. Goosebumps. We got R.L. Stine Goosebumps. I'm a big fan of Goosebumps. I used to read them when I was a kid, but I usually got them from the library or borrowed them from other friends, so I don't have too many. I also did give away a while back. I gave away a lot of my books from when I was younger, so I really don't have many books below the age of 15. When I was 15, I started saving the books that I buy again, but I think it was maybe a year or two before then, I got rid of all the books that I have had before then. So I'm always excited to grab a Goosebumps book and pick it up. I also never read all of them. I read a good portion of them, but I still need to complete that series. But I grabbed this one. It's part of the Reader Beware You're In For a Scare series, which came out in October 95. What made this unique is it was kind of like a choose your own adventure type deal. This says choose from over 20 different scary endings. I don't know how that's possible when the book itself is under 140 pages. So it's like every, I don't know, 10 so pages is an ending. But either way, love the freaking cover. And I like those choose your own adventure books. Then My Hairiest Adventure. Larry just found the coolest thing in the trash. It's an old bottle of instant tan. Rub on a dark suntan in minutes. That's what the label says, but turns out it turns him into a monkey. Welcome to Dead House. It will just kill you. That's pretty dark. Amanda and Josh thinks the old house they have just moved into is weird, spooky, possibly haunted. And the town of Dark Falls is pretty strange too. But the parents don't believe them. You'll get used to it, they say. Go out and make some new friends. Another thing, too, interesting. Like I said, I read a lot of these. I remember a lot of them. I religiously watched the show. I have rewatched the show several times recently. I'm not familiar with either of these books. I think they was more rare, a little less popular. This one looks kind of silly, I'm not going to lie, and it looks like it's probably a ghostwriter. I don't think this is one R.L. Stine did. This looks like it might actually be pretty dark. And I love the cover and the name of this one, Phantom of the Auditorium. Brooke's best friend has been given the lead role in the school play, The Phantom. He's totally into it. He loves dressing up in the gruesome Phantom costume and scaring the other members of the cast. But then, really scary things starts happening. A message appears in a scene warning the Phantom will strike. Said, love that photo. I think I remember at least seeing this, if not reading it at some point. Next up, we got Danger After Dark. It's a part of a series called the Creative Girl Club Mystery Book Stories, which I personally am not familiar with. I have never read previously, but I quickly looked it up, and I guess they are like craft obsessed friends who ends up solving horror like mysteries together, and this is the second in the series. Not sure how many of them there are, but definitely up my alley. I didn't even look up exactly what this specific one is. Then we got this one. This kind of looks like a cross between a Diary of the Wimpy Kid and like some type of old school monster film. You open it up, so you got photos in it. This is fun. Sometimes I like just these fun, innocent reads, you know? Can't always just read, stuff like this. Sometimes you gotta read the stuff like this too. Balance it out a little bit, give your brain a mental relaxation a little bit. Next up, we got The Bystander. This one's a little bit out of my element. I normally don't read anything that isn't, horror or superhero or science fiction based. But I thought this plot seemed really interesting from the feel, the cover, what I briefly read from the blurb in the back. I did some more research on it, very little, because obviously I don't want to be spoiled by it, but just a quick information about the plot so I could discuss it in the video, and I'm even more fascinated by this. It covers bullying and middle school, and it talks about a young man named Eric who moves from Long Island to a new school. He's just doing his best to try to fit in. He's approached by another boy who is in a grade higher than him, who ends up kind of taking him under his wing, befriending him, and then he later finds out that this young man has a very dark side and he tries to be very manipulative. He's a thief. So it's bullying, but he's kind of like more of like the henchman, being like forced into bullying other kids with this kid rather than being the target of the bully itself. But he's like kind of afraid, I guess, or intimidated to say or do anything. You know how you always got like that mean group, and there's like the one or two kids on the side, and then the leader, the instigator. So this is in the point of view of one of those other two kids. I think that's pretty cool. It's a different approach. Can't wait to read it. I'll let you guys know what I think of it in the future. This next one is a part of a series, the Skinjackers trilogy, and it's book 1, Everlost. There are 4. There's actually 4 books in the series. It says trilogy there, but I see on the back that there are 4. Again, don't quote me. I have not read these books yet, so I'm not familiar with exactly what the plot is. But I did briefly read a very quick summary of what the plot of the first book is, because I also don't want to ruin it for myself. From what I take from it is it's about possession, and it's about child ghosts who can possess people and take over their body, and it's from their point of view, which is pretty unique. I never seen a possession story where it's showing it through the vantage point of the ghost rather than the people around or the person who is being possessed. Everlost, book 1 of the Skinjackers trilogy. Alright, I'm the hard-headed reader. This is Life is Hard cover. Eat, sleep, and read, and eat your veggies.
Life is hardcover, and I like it. Maybe I am hard-headed reader. Yeah.
Life on Mars by Jennifer Brown is a heartwarming, humorous novel about family, friends, growing up, and the cosmos. The core plot focus around a 12-year-old boy who is a stargazer and lives in a space obsessed family and has dedicated his life to discovering and proving that there is life on Mars. And if you're interested in seeing the movie box set that I got, head over to my movie channel, Critic Cinema X, where I will be doing a quick haul on a movie box set that I got.